you. Alright guys, what's up team? I'm running a little bit late today, so I apologize. Let me fix my computer. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna get Mitch in here really quick, guys, and he'll probably go over the news today. And so, hold on one second. Let me get him in here. There he is. What's up, bro? Here, hold on. Yo, what's up, man? Yo. You there? There you are. What's up, man? Alright. My bad. I'm running late today. Alright. Let's see. Let's get this in here. There we go. You make me a little bit smaller. See, I haven't even done anything yet, so if you want to start the news, you can. There we go. Alright, guys. Let me, What's up, Glenn? What's up, Netron? What's up, Densar? Yeah, I'm running late today, guys. My bad. I forgot to set my alarm last night, and so I slept in till like 8:20 market time. Had to jump up. But it's my fault. Oh, my bad. Alright, I got you. Alright, go ahead, Mitch. Here, let me mute myself.
Alright. How we doing, traders? How we doing? Good morning, good morning. Alright, let's get into some news. How we doing this today? Good morning. Who's in the chat? Say hello. What's going on, everybody? Everybody hear me okay? Is the volume fine? Just want to make sure everyone can hear me fine, and I'll get started on the news. All right, I see. Good morning, Ben Ho. We got Andrew Graham, True Fresco, Scott in the house, of course. We got Timor, Netron, Dasara, then Sara, Maestro. What's going on? How we doing? Looks like everyone can hear me. All right, let's get it going here. Good morning, guys. All right, so first thing we're going to do, guys, is normally I go through earnings first, but I feel the earnings are more exciting today. Let's get through some upgrades here. The first upgrade I'm going to take a look at is going to be AKS. AKS is in steel. One chart that I would take a look at about AKS is that it's taken an upturn. We had that good news about kind of the tariffs that were going on here. And I think that actually sparked this. You can see on the daily chart, this kind of cracked over here, this 270s. Gonna really look to see if it can get some lift, start breaking out through the 350s. Could get a pullback towards $3, so keep that in mind. That's still in play here. But I think the stock is getting some boost, did get a nice upgrade. Could look for a potential pullback, maybe a day or two of pullback, maybe 25% back down, and then look for a real squeeze in this one. This is AKS, a steel stock. One thing you can compare it to is the US Steel. You look at the US Steel chart, and you're going to see that bottoming effect also, and a little push out. The real key, I think, if you see US Steel get above 1450, you could really see that AKS really take off. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's change this up here. Let's start looking at AZO. AZO is a huge price target. This one's ridiculous. Has a low float, but is in the thousands. So I don't know if you guys want to trade this or not. Some traders would kind of go crazy with a stock that has this big of range, this big of a spread. This is like trading Amazon, but kind of worse because of the float is so small that it does have big swings and can change in a hurry. All right, so another upgrade, the best upgrade of the day is going to be on CDMO. This is the biotech stock, guys. This has been pushing up there. We saw it pull back towards the 715 area. If we look on the weekly, this is where I really like this chart. When we look at CDMO, you can kind of see this downward trend line that I drew. I actually drew this before this big green bar that we had yesterday. So one of the biggest things I think for this stock is just going to be, can it get some volume through 7? So yesterday we got about almost 4 million in shares traded. On the drive up before that, we had about 9 million shares traded. And the first drive, we got that spurt of momentum before that, which was 11 million. I think you need to look for about 4 million shares traded today. A good push through $7 could get us above and maybe heading towards that 850. If that doesn't hold, if it rejects off of $7.15 and comes right back down towards those 650s, you could see those 650s get crushed on a move down back to 6. One of the biggest things that I like to do, guys, is I like to show you guys what my ideas or kind of my thoughts are on the long and short side. I think a lot of traders look at stocks and they strictly view them in one area as longs or shorts. Maybe they're long traders and they can only long. So every single time they look at a chart, they say, where can I long this chart? You need to understand both sides. Where can you long the chart? Where can you short the chart? This is going to help you understand so that when the market reacts and it reacts in a certain direction, you can go with that direction versus having a biasy before the open. All right, guys, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. What's going on? What's going on, Michael? All right, let's keep it rolling here. Next stock we're going to look in. Well, let's get into some earnings. Hey, so do you guys like GameStop? I know John's going crazy on the other side when he hears this. We were talking about this one yesterday, guys. I knew the earnings were coming out. I knew the upside risk here. Upside risk here was 750. I really didn't think that was possible. And of course, what did we get, guys? A nice crash in GameStop. This is a stock that we've been openly kind of short against. We really feel that the story on this stock is done. You can clearly see 581 is going to act as a resistance on GameStop. What I'm going to look for on GameStop is that we've got this kind of one pop up here. Let me get the antidote here so I can draw it out. We got this one pop up here. Okay. Then we got another pop up here, guys. So there's a pop up. There's another pop up. Then we get this pop up to resistance. You see how it keeps popping up to resistance? That's what I'm going to be looking to see, guys. It's kind of a pop up to resistance and then a short from that going. So I'll look for that pop up and kind of this action. Okay. We do have a clear written support here. Let me go ahead and clear the drawings here. We do have a strong support down below it at $5. So we'll see if that holds. It can get a bounce up and flush through. Michael, buy the dip. Oh, you know how that one works. Probably the most used strategy right now. All right, guys, let's keep going here. Another one that we're going to look at. Let's look at the GameStop numbers. I want to read you some of their numbers here. I have them in front of me. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, guys, so GameStop third quarter earnings. They said they reported a loss of $1.02 per share. Adjusted came in at 49 cents per share. The results fell short of Wall Street's expectations.
Hold on, bro. Let me jump in here real quick.
6 per share.
Let me jump in here real quick. What did I tell you yesterday, bro? What did I tell you yesterday? I said, I bet you GameStop is going down. I bet you it is. I'm saying, man, look.
This is easy
Terrible
money.
company. Look, nobody's going to be buying. Look, as an avid video game player, nobody is going to be buying physical copies of video games in 5 years from now. Nobody. GameStop is going to be an afterthought in 5 years. And so I'm surprised this stock is still around. I got to go back to being muted.
You know what I started comparing them as?
What?
They're the JC Penney's of the video game.
100%, just like JC Penney was to clothes and shoes, GameStop is to video games. 100%.
I'm like they're holding on for dear life.
They're getting left out. It doesn't matter. They're talking about
at the end of the day, it's done.
They're talking about changing their business model, and their whole business model. The title of the company is what their business model is. GameStop. What are they gonna do? They're gonna start selling.
This was my idea. Okay, so how did they get up on this kind of breakout on the daily chart? They got up here because they sold like half their business.
Yeah.
And so when you sell half your business, yeah, you'll get a little boost because you got some investment money, you have some cash, but then your earnings come out, and that's the truth of your stock.
Right.
You can push and fluff as much as you want, but if there's no earnings to back up. And then my idea is, so if you sell half your business and you get it up here to $7, then you see those earnings that are going lower and lower. Then you lower your guidance. Guess where it's heading to, guys? To me, that weekly low, that thing's headed to it.
Yeah, look, everybody had a very good suggestion here, and it's perfectly correct, which is they're more like Blockbuster. It's just a fading business model. It's a fading business model. It's not fading. Listen, it's not fading as fast as JCPenney, or it's not fading like JCPenney, I think, because JCPenney, you can still go there and buy clothes, and they're still opened up around here. But I think in 5 years, they're not even going to sell physical copies of video games. They're going to completely cut that side of the market out. And they're not even going to sell physical. They're all going to be digital. I know I haven't bought a physical copy of a video game in years and years and years, man. Anytime I want a video game, I don't have to go anywhere. I turn my Xbox on, I find the game, I buy it, and I can play it within 30 minutes, man. And that's what the future is going to be with video games. And so it's like Blockbuster, which is like, it's not that people are going to start choosing to download their games online. It's that the game makers are not even going to allow that after a certain extent. Number one, because they don't feel like paying a cut to GameStop anymore, man. They don't need to pay a cut to GameStop. They can just let the customers download it off the internet. They don't need to pay a cut to GameStop, and it saves them money. And that's the future. Sorry, bro. My bad. I had to make up for my silence.
Good.
I had to make up for my silence all morning with a little bit of rant here. You know me.
I had a feeling you'd get excited.
That's 100%, man. It's the Blockbuster. It's doomed. And regardless of even the change, the only place I could see them turning into is like a game. What is it? Like we have some game stores that are like this here, where they sell game memorabilia, and that's what they could turn into. It's just a memorabilia store where they don't sell games, they just sell stuffed animals of Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's it. You know, that's what they're gonna do.
Nah, man, I don't see GameStop getting into Dungeons and Dragons.
That's what they're gonna do. I promise you. That's what they're gonna push for. They even talked about doing a. Arcade, which dying business model too. And I like arcades. I wish arcades could stay around, but they're just not, man. They're just not going to. Technology changes, bro. And GameStop's going to be sitting back saying, what happened? You know, if I was in GameStop, I would get out right now. The last time I traded GameStop, I bought a put option and I made loads of money on it. This was like, 8 months ago? You know me, Mitch. You say GameStop, I'm jumping on that, man. You know, GameStop, number one, they're a terrible company. They're not just terrible fundamentally. They are terrible morally. They're a terrible morally company. They're a terrible moral company. They're not moral, is what I'm trying to say.
I love bringing this one up.
You know, they're a terrible company, man. No, I was not, Jeffrey. But I watch.
Alright, guys.
I watch. What's his face? The new guy that's been talking smack about GameStop? He's been growing his YouTube. What's his name?
Believe it or not, the guy that it was predicted the Big Short. If you guys like the Big Short,
Yeah.
he's shorting GameStop.
I gotta find.
He's even shorting GameStop, man. The guy from the Big Short's like, I'll take some easy money.
Yep. I gotta find the dude.
All right, guys. All right, gonna move forward here, guys. Let's move forward a little bit. Regain control here. I'm gonna get into Dave and Buster's, your dying arcade brand, man.
I don't know, man.
About dying arcades.
I don't know. You
Here
throw
you
alcohol in the mix, bro. You throw alcohol in the mix.
Look at this chart, though. Look at this chart.
It's an ugly chart, bro, but you throw alcohol in the mix, and there might be some semblance of success in there. You know, I don't know.
The chart shows me one thing. The chart shows me at least that the story of kind of this drive that we got here, that big drive that you're going to see on the chart to 75, that kind of slowed down. That story's gone. And then we got bounces here. We got a bounce up there to almost $70. Then we got a bounce to 60. And now we've just been in this tight consolidation. I think with this stock, you just need to see tight consolidation break. So you need to see $37 on the downside, and you want to see $45 on the upside break. Once those break out, then you can know a trend in this stock, and you can try to attack it. For right now, I would wait to see trend break on this stock before you make any rational decisions.
Yeah, the channel I was talking about was Camelot 331. He makes all those horror stories. Have you seen his horror stories? And I'm going to move on because I'll rant about it. But he tells horror stories about GameStop and about how they kind of mess over their employees, and they're just a terrible corporation, honestly. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, it's just a part of it.
Yeah.
I think it's whenever your numbers struggle, guess what's going to struggle too?
Right.
Your employee relationship.
Your morality, you know?
Yeah, your employee relationship. It's just part of it, you know. Think about it this way. If you were a business leader and then you noticed that your numbers were dropping and dropping and dropping, and you needed to cut employees, who are you going to be looking at? Are you going to be looking at your top employees, or are you going to be looking at your bottom employees? And the problem here is that you're going to run into the issue of how much can I pay an employee for what he's really worth?
Right. 100%.
And so that's just, those are business issues, and you know, we can be kind of worry about them and be all kind of morale about them, but the truth is the truth, and the numbers speak, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And so that, I think that's really what ran into GameStop. Is at the end of the day, it's really hard to, you can't give the guy the raise if we can't make money.
Right. If you're selling 2 games a day, you know, how are you going to pay your cashiers?
I can't give you a raise because you sold one more game than Joe down the street.
Right.
All right, guys, let's move in. Dave and Buster's here reported Tuesday fiscal third quarter profit of $482,000, beating the estimates by 2 cents. This is the one that I would look to see it break out. Shares had fallen 10% since the beginning of the year, so look for them to break out of this tight consolidation as we can get some moves in play. The last one I'm going to look at on the earnings side before I get to my 2 favorite stocks of the day is going to be Ollie. Ollie revenues surpassed and earnings surpassed. You can see Ollie, it's OLLI.
Yeah, I was watching that one too.
This is a cheaper bargain brand. If you guys know how I feel about retail, I feel that the bargain brands are still going to do good in this environment, and the higher end retail ones are the ones that are going to really struggle. So that's really what I'm looking at, and that's what I'm looking to see. You can clearly see this one was in tight consolidation between 67.30 and 54.27s and 54.30s. So what I would look to see is if this one can get above 67 today and really start pushing, we could start squeezing on this one, maybe get that push up there through 68 and get a push to 69, 61. So this one, I'm going to be looking for the supports to hold. Would like to see at least this bottom wick hold, which is 65.73. Okay, that's on the downside risk. So we'll see how that one holds at the open. Next one is one of my favorite stocks of the day, definitely going to be American Eagle Outfitters. You guys know how I've been feeling about this stock. Um, where's my man in the chat? Where's my man in the chat shorting probably ANF still? Look at AEO. I was talking about this one, and there it goes, guys. Boom. Breaking the daily chart, coming down there now towards 14. If you look on the daily chart, we can see that it kind of bounced up there, got up to the 15s, even 1550. And then this one has just gone and tanked. It's heading down towards the low on the weekly chart. If you look at the weekly chart, we have a low down here at 1366. I think that could easily get hit today, guys. Watch for this one to bounce towards the 1425 area and get flushed through that 1366. This is one that their shares sank 8.4% after retailers gave weak fourth quarter guidance. Their third quarters and net income were at 48 cents per share compared to 48 cents per share last year. So essentially, they're making less money on their money because last year they made 85.5 million on that 48 cents per share, and this year only 80.8. So making less money here. Revenues are down, guidance is down, and I think this is really where it's coming in from, guys, is that expected fourth quarter earnings per share down to 34 cents versus what should have been happening here. We had a 4.1% growth last year, and the stock is down over 20% for the year. Another one that I'm seeing get hit today, guys, on the downside is going to be Children's Place. That's PLCE. And this is another one that I was looking to get destroyed. It's just, this one is one of those stocks that is valued so high. People think that the earnings can make up for it. But at the end of the day, guys, their guidance keeps getting lower, and lower. And when guidance just keeps coming down and down and down, they keep trying to find a bottom. But this stock isn't finding a bottom right now. Has been heading down for all year. Since the beginning of the year, you could see that downtrend since 131.76. We got to bounce towards the 116s, almost the 120, and then it just completely flushed down here. Another $60 down there at 60s. People thought that it could maybe bounce here, maybe find some support on the chart. Didn't find anything. Bad guidance again, cut down. I think you need to watch this one to hold this $66 that it had support. If it could bounce back today. It could kind of do one of those, I flushed way too far, so let me kind of retrace a little bit before I flush again. So be careful with this one today. I'm not feeling so bearish on this one, as it's already flushed down from 72 all the way down to 57.30s, which is a 21% move. I'll be looking for this one kind of to bounce back to that 66. And then once that touches, then I'll look for the flush.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The only other news that I really want to get into, John can run maybe on the top kind of gappers. We'll probably run into PTI, and maybe that's the only stock I really see up there that's really worthwhile. I'm just gonna go over. So U.S. Consumer Price Index rose 0.3% in November versus the 0.2% increase expected. Today we have the Fed news, so definitely pay attention towards that, guys. Fed news is going to be coming out at so the Fed releases its post-meeting statement at 2 p.m. and then Powell will be speaking at 2:30. The things you need to be paying attention for is the expected kind of side is a dovish Fed this time, not going into rate cuts, but actually holding those rates, talking about how they don't want to do future cuts. That's what's the expected. Let's go ahead and see what actually happens.
Yeah. All
All right, guys, that's going to do it for me for news today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys ever want to see something added towards this segment, or if you guys like a certain aspect of the news and you want to kind of see me leaning towards that, let me know, guys. I'm always willing to work on it and improve for you guys.
Yep, so I'll run through these real quick. First one, CEI. Big gap up. I don't know if you went over this one, but CEI with a big gap up here. Let me find the catalyst for this one specifically real quick. This one is up. Let me find it. Here it is. Alright. I'm not seeing any catalyst for this one. Does anybody know why CEI is up? I'm not seeing a news release for this one. Probably just getting pumped up, I guess. Then we have PTI. So this one is up 12% on cystic fibrosis treatment. And this one says, quote, and this is from Dow Jones Newswires, and it says, after they announced positive initial ex vivo results of the company's proprietary cystic fibrosis transmembrane conductance regulator modulators, nailed it, in individuals with cystic fibrosis who are ineligible for the current standard of care CFTR modular therapies due to their genotype, the company said that the data are part of a pan-European strategic initiative which seeks to accelerate the development of and access to personalized therapies for cystic fibrosis patients, beginning with those for whom no currently approved CFTR modulator therapy is indicated, end quote. And like I said, that's from Dow Jones Newswires. But yeah, that one is up 12%. Looking solid here for PTI. I don't think I could trade that one. Somebody did ask which way, or how do I check to see if a stock is tradable, so I'll go over that real quick. Also, if you didn't see, I made like $300 yesterday, a little bit less than $300 in gross profit trading. Ended up rebounding here. I'm at 1266, so not bad. Still pushing, still growing. But I definitely overtraded, so you see it was kind of close to break even. But yeah, to check to see if something is tradable, you go to Trade Manager here, and then you type in the symbol. So like PTI is not tradable, OLLI is tradable. You can see it says a Y under is tradable. So that's how you figure that out. But yeah, I'll go over the market news really quick. I went over a few different gap ups, but I'll go over the market news real quick, and then I might have to mute myself. Hold on. Market is up, you can see. Hold on.
Got you, Netron. Seeing that in the chat. All right, guys. So what's going on, guys? How we doing? Mention more the long side, especially for VWAP bounces. I got you. I can do that. Go ahead and I'll handle that, Netron. So what's going on, guys? How we doing out there? I got Tesla news looking juicy. Tesla always moving. Tesla has very high volatility or implied volatility, which always makes it move, guys. So definitely keep an eye on Tesla. If you like it, just keep watching it every day. Kind of understand the moves. Know when it's moving big, know when it's moving small. Chewy, definitely, Scott. I like that one for today. Chewy, one of the biggest things with Chewy is, I don't know if you remember me talking about, guys, that I have kind of the outlook of the lockout. We have the lockout happening on Chewy today. Today, those shares will be released. We had earnings. We have a triple bottom underneath it. I think you need to see it hold this 2630 on the chart. If it holds 2630, it could be bullish today, could rip through 27. Let's see what happens, Scott. I'll be watching it too.
All right, I'm going to run through the market news real quick. Hold on. I'm going to run through the market news real quick. Let me do this. So let me find it. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and just read the ETF preview, and this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures were pointing to a positive open as investors looked ahead to the Federal Open Market Committee's policy decision at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and the press conference of the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell at 2:30 Eastern Time. Expectations are for the Fed to maintain rates unchanged at 1.5% to 1.75%, and investors will most likely be looking for any guidance regarding inflation from Powell. Trade concerns continue to linger, however, with some analysts predicting China and the U.S. will announce some form of a trade agreement before the 15th, and tariffs for the 15th tariffs on 160 billion of Chinese goods, which kick in. CNBC cited analysts as saying that both parties could make an 11th hour announcement ahead of the effective date of the tariffs, and Kenny Polcari of Slatestone Wealth said the tariffs will not be imposed in good faith while negotiators will work out the finer details of the interim trade deal. End quote. And again, that is from MT Newswires. I can also go over the commodities really quick, with crude being down 0.6%. The U.S. oil fund is down 0.7%. Natural gas is up 0.4%, and the U.S. natural gas fund is down 1.4%. Gold is up 0.2%. With the Spider Gold Trust up 0.2%, silver is up 0.1%, and the iShares Silver Trust is up 0.5% as well. So yeah, that's the market news. Other ones, GameStop, which everybody knows, terrible company, down 14% after bad earnings. All right, go ahead, Mitch. My bad.
No stress, man. Just looking around, guys. One that I'm gonna keep an eye on today is definitely DERM. DERM still very much in play, guys. This one keeps holding that $10. Yesterday, I actually was looking to see if I could really nail this one. It didn't want to kind of fade down. Was able to take some profit on a quick short, but it didn't break down there. You can see it on the daily chart and on the hourly. It kept holding and holding and holding down towards this low here at 987. I think that's what you need to see crack. You need to see that 980s crack on the downside, head towards 967 for a short. If this one does break out right out the gates and gets up to over that 1050, you could see some volume quickly stack up on this one and get it to the 11s. On the downside, I would look for this one to hold those 980s and do a red to green move at that 980s. That's why I'll look for the 960s to crack, and that's what I have on my chart there. That downward line is going to be that 967. That upwards at 1030. I want to see it get above that and hold. That will show a bullish trend, and we'll see what we get out the opens. The real key about this one is let's see if we can get some volume ramp. We keep getting the volume to come back here on the daily chart. You can see it slowly start ticking on up. You could draw a downward trend line and see it keep spiking up there. We need to see it get up there towards about 6-7 million, and that could really give this stock some drive.
Shout out to our subscribers as well. Shout out to Danish, Horror, other names. Appreciate the subs over there. Welcome to the team. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, team, and we appreciate it for sure.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and let's figure out what we're going to get here towards the open. Go ahead and get these last little charts up. Get ready for this open. One of the biggest things is definitely being ready. Have your plans, understand what you're looking for. It's always going to help you kind of nail that open. I'll be looking for a 23 to crack on the downside for AMRN. AUPH, that's another one, of course, guys, in play. That one ripped out yesterday, guys, to a high of 1770. I can pull it up on my chart here. A high of 1770. I think this one, you got to go ahead and look at the 15-minute chart. Start looking to find your values there and what you need to see break on the downside for it to start getting bearish and for it to continue in a bullish trend. I think this one you could look for a pullback towards 17. See if there's any bag buyers at that 17 price point are going to rip it up right back towards that 19. If not, I would like to see this one crack that 1670, get big volume down towards 16. that's when I would get interested, because it would kind of be more in the middle of the chart. Once it gets in the middle of the chart, you could get that quick little bounce and then flush down towards that 1450. But what I'm maybe looking to see is how it could come down towards that 1450, or it could continue. One of the things I really don't want to do with this stock is really try to short it on a green day. We've had 4 green days now. We need to see kind of a red day come in on this stock, really to nail it. So one of the things you could look at the open is for a move to come down through this, head down towards that 15 area, then bounce up towards the 16, and then flush down. That would be the downward play. The upward play, I would look to see if it came towards the 1670s, 17, and then just curved on up towards that 19. Another play that could happen is right out the gates, a push towards the 18, a pull back towards the VWAP, and then a spike. Those are the kind of the 3 separate plays that I could see happening on this chart. That's why I drew out the lines, so you kind of can understand what I would be looking at. All right. How we doing, guys? What's going on? How we doing? Does Mitch have his own channel? This is my channel. The reason my screen is kind of small is just because we have those trade gappers. I think we're gonna get to a point where I'll use the whole screen. I think it's probably going to be better that I use the whole screen for a little while. We just haven't wanted to take away kind of the gapper scanners for you guys, but we'll keep asking for opinions. If you guys feel that you guys would rather see my charts explained more than keep getting those gapper scanners up on the left hand side, we can go ahead and shrink them down, get my charts bigger so that you guys can see them also.
Yeah, because Mitch is over there in that little baby window. You look at him over there with that little baby window, man. He's got his little
my
baby
video.
window, man. Mitch is over there. Look.
I'm a baby.
Yeah, man, little baby. Look, and then I could be like a big monster next to Mitch, see? Alright, I'm gonna stop horsing around here. Sorry, I gotta stay muted so when I can unmute myself, I just kind of... There we go.
Okay, we got a good question here from Elijah. We have a question about paper trading. So which platform can I paper trade? There's a bunch of different platforms to paper trade. One of the things that I would recommend is understanding what are you looking for in your paper trading. Are you looking for just a free service to just practice strategies so that you're looking to kind of get to what strategies you're looking for? Then I would recommend something free, something like Thinkorswim, where you can trade it every single day and not have to worry too much about how much money you're paying towards that paper trading. Now, if you're at the level that you're ready to go live and you want to go ahead and try to push your levels, you want to get as close to a real environment as possible. Paper trading platforms like this will be DOS Trader, a paper trade kind of platform through us. Our paper trading is really legit. The other ones that I can ask for is TC2000, the one that you guys see me using here. They also have a paper trading, but that's all going to cost you. And I really don't suggest paying for any paper trading service if you're not ready to really make that quick transition, if you're not trying to really get into that live money. If you're just trying to test strategies, use something free, something to your benefit. All right, guys, let's go ahead and, is there any other chart you guys want me to go ahead and take a look before the open here? We got at 9:25 here, you're going to really start getting these kind of charts ready. I'll have John set up the intraday, get that all set up. So don't stress it about I see we have people talking about the charts. We'll get there to that point. I'll make sure that tomorrow we can start kind of making the charts a little bigger for you guys. We'll pull the gappers away for a little bit and we'll bring them back to you guys. We like to leave them there so you guys can work on your own stuff on the side, but we'll go ahead and we'll make it a little bit bigger. Quest trade? I haven't heard of Quest trade.
I think
not too bad, Tim.
I think if you could find a way to make your chart, instead of 3 charts, just one big chart and maybe lighten it, that'd be easier to see some. Because I think yours are smaller and it makes it hard to see, even on my end. And I have.
It's not necessarily smaller. It's just a zoom window that makes it smaller. Because I mean, if you saw it on my screen, that's not a small chart.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
that's a monster chart. We'll just take off the down gappers. We'll take the whole window. Yeah. If you could put me on the whole window, it'll make it huge. And so
right. We'll see. Well, after the stream, we'll see if we can work something where we can get the
I think you can. You think you could right click on it and full screen it, and then just zoom out once I'm done. Yeah. We'll just do that just for the news, guys, for you guys, so that you guys can see what we're rolling through. All right, guys, I see LK being mentioned. Let's go ahead and take a look right at LK. See what we see on LK here before the open. All right, LK really pushing on that daily chart, you guys. This one's really made a good bullish run. I think what you need to see is this 30 42 30 50s hold, get another push up there towards $33 today. Let's see on the pre-market chart. What are we seeing? We're seeing these 3142s get hit. I would look for a pullback a little bit closer down here towards this $31. I wouldn't want to get caught too much on the top of the chart here at 3160s unless I saw an extreme amount of drive right out the open. I would look for a pullback in this stock to get down closer towards that 3104 and then pull a nice red to green move as it pushes on up through the open, through that 3148, and could get up there to 32. All right, guys. All right. How we doing, guys? All right. Netron making some money on PCG. That's what I like to hear, man. Like always, guys, one of the things that I always like to hear is tell me, guys, on the strategies that you guys are using right now, what's working, what's not. Like always, guys, at the end of the day, this is for experience, guys. This is not here to act like we're all pros. I'm not a pro. John's not a pro. Honestly, I don't think there really necessarily is pros in the day trading world, at least for retail traders. We're all working a system. We're all trying to be consistent and try to repeat that system. So that's really what you need to be working on, guys. Don't stress about being a pro. Stress about repeating that system that works for you and that can make you a profit in this market environment. All right, guys, so that's kind of pretty much it for today. We're getting ready for the open here. We got about less than a minute here. You guys go ahead and nail the open. Like always, guys, we're here for you guys. If you guys don't see us answer a question immediately, we'll get back to it and we'll get kind of into it. Bro, if you rewind a little bit, I already went through Chewy, so don't really want to repeat on it, but I'm going to be watching that one today.
Alright, there's the bell. Let me see. Watching Tesla here at the open. We'll see what we get with Tesla. Also looking at AMD, Roku, OLLI, AUPH, GameStop. Gonna watch the overall market too here some.
Small spike in GameStop right out the open towards the VWAP, which is 540s. Gonna look for a push towards 560s, 580s. Derm hanging out here at 1020s. CGC with a nice rip there. okay with a quick pullback. Looking at Chewy with a nice pullback there towards that 2630s. Let me know if you guys see anything moving fast. I'll go ahead and I can talk about it. Hendrick's taking up my screen time right now. Hendricks, come on. All right, watching Fate, watching GameStop get a little spurt there. Like an AMRN, if it could start ripping down here. There you go. All right, let's see this kind of crack down here. We want that 2307 to crack here, get to 23, then I'll look for the bounce. There's GameStop, little spike there, up there towards 55, 60s, 570s. All right, guys, let me know if you guys see anything moving here. We catch up with the chat. You got TCCO, GameStop spike. There you go. Ollie spiking up. LK, nice breakdown there. LK broke through that $31. We'll look for that one to come back so I can short into that 3130s, 3130s. There's AMRN heading down towards that 2307 there. I want to see that crack there and then it come back up here. GameStop pushing there. Almost towards that 580s that I'll take a trade off of 6. If I do take a trade on that one, it'll be small share size, probably 200 to 300 shares. Keeping an eye on DERM, AUPH. Lucky to see if it bounces back. CGC ripping out there. AUPH ripping out there. Chewy holding those 2630s really well. That's that support right there underneath it.
I'm gonna see if
there you go. Now I just cracked it. So you could look for a pullback towards 2655s.
I'm gonna see if Roku can pull back some. I might short into it on a pullback to 148.13.
AMRN bouncing up here. Lots of volume there at the 2314s. So you just got to be careful here. I want to see it reject first.
Oh, wait, here. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back, Mitch. Hold it down, bro.
All right, guys, seeing Fate rip up there to 1917. Want to see it kind of pull back here, hold 19 like we talked about, guys. If it holds 19 here, it can do a VWAP bounce play. All right, guys, just getting right to my VWAP there. The high was 23.25s. Looking for a 23.26, 27 entry. Could risk off of 22.30s. But looks like it might just keep coming down towards that 23.10 there. Looking for GameStop to push one more time up there. Keeping a close eye on this AMRN. I want to see the support break. I'm not going to short it here, guys. It could squeeze up way too quickly. I wanted it to break 23. It didn't completely break it. It went to 23.10, held the support. LK. Now that one, I'm missing the entry right here. Let's see if I can get another bounce up there. That was a beautiful entry there, 31.25 as we talked about it. Let's see if I can get the entry there. Or at least at 31.20s here.
It was cold.
Okay, looking great there.
They are gone. Finally, my family's gone. I can talk now. Whew, man. Sorry, guys. I know the last 2 days.
I need a bounce here.
Whew, it's cold outside, man. But my family's gone. I can actually talk now. I'm excited about it.
All right, I'll stop commenting.
Oh, man. Mitch is going to stop talking bad about me. I'm here. I'm back. You know?
All right. No, I just need to pay attention here. Definitely, I like the LK. I didn't see that bounce there, guys. Great fade there, right out the open.
I'm looking at OLLI for a potential VWAP bounce. Like I said in the video I put out this weekend, I'm looking at the pre-market high, but honestly, it's confirmed that pre-market high, so I don't know if I like it as much. AUPH pulling back to the VWAP some, but it's not in as big of a downtrend as I necessarily like it. We'll see, though.
I hope someone got that LK. That was a really nice one. Sucks to miss that one.
We got CGC ripping up here. GameStop. I mean, GameStop's gonna bounce some because it's down what, like it gapped down what.
There you go, guys. 50
cent.
50-cent move there for a what? 10-cent risk on LK. You can't get a better fade than that.
AMD faded nicely too. I might look for that one. It's just the range is kind of small. Ooh, it's cold outside, man. Yeah, I see CGC up there. Yeah, I'm looking to short. When I say I'm looking at stuff, I usually mean I'm looking to short it, unless I say for a VWAP bounce. I'm usually looking to short it. Like Roku, I'm looking to short on a pullback, or AMD. If it pulls back to 44, I could risk off of 50. Although the risk reward's not great with that one, honestly, but it's not terrible either necessarily here. Let me see.
All right, guys, watching AUPH just quickly tank there, guys. Quickly tank. That 1670 is what's vital for me. When it goes down here to 1670, watch to see the bag bars. How many bag bars get in there?
What kind of trading is this? VWAP trend, dip buys, bounce shorts, confirmation. I don't know what you want to call it. Day trading.
Really did only see two good fades today. I saw AMRN and LK. Wasn't able to get either. AMRN held support too much. LK, we just missed it. It was on a side chart.
Hey, thank you, sir, for the subscribe. Welcome to the team, man. Appreciate the sub. SIRS. Appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the team, guys. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We day trade live or in stream every weekday morning for free. My family's finally gone, so now I'm not going to shut up here. And, yeah, hit the subscribe button. I'm also very cold, which probably has my heart rate up. Still waiting for Roku to pull back some, so we can short into that. Also waiting for AMD here. Pull back to 43. I might jump in with a few hundred shares. Yeah, I'll jump in with 200 shares here. Try to add a little bit more if we get it.
All right, guys, watching the AMRN build up there at the bottom. Could see GameStop doing a VWAP bounce play here up towards 580s. Is that VWAP there?
I'm in with 300 shares of AMD. Relatively small position, honestly, considering the range of the stock. And I do like the $50 resistance above it.
We'll see if LK can come back to 31. That one's all the way down there. 75-cent move already.
My man, appreciate the sub. Nat, welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, sir. All right. getting a squeeze up here on AMD. Like I said, it's still such a small position. I'm not super concerned with it, but I am going to get out right here. I'm not going to hold through that. Just a huge rip up there for AMD. Kept it $30, so very small. And yeah, it just kind of squeezed up. One thing I should have noticed with this one, I think, is these down wicks right here. And these up wicks. So just a lot of pressure on both sides, and AMD just getting ripped up there. So I think I actually kept it pretty small relative to what it could have been if I would have held through this big spike. But I think when you trade fades, that's what you're risking is a squeeze up like AMD. Once we got that high of the day break, that thing just ripped up. So avoided most of that, and actually very happy with that trade.
Yeah, that's the technology sector. They're all up. MU, AMAT, look at those. Same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all it was. All right, AMRN pushing there towards 2310s. Fate ripping up there, guys. Fate looks probably the strongest one out of all the parabolic stocks. Fate looking strong there, guys. I know you guys are watching that one. That one has a high of 2017, holding here, 18, holding the 19s. Fate holding the 19s really well there. We'll look for this one to pull back maybe towards the VWAP real quick, but this one now up there to 1975, 1968.
Now the question is, Roku, if it pulls back to the VWAP, do I want to short that one? I don't know. I don't know if I do or not. I know I probably should have bought the bounce on OLLI like I called out and just didn't. But it's just about where do I want to short it or not. You also have AUPH, which is up there now, and it's more of a VWAP rejection, so to speak. Not necessarily a VWAP fade, but it doesn't look bad either. But it's a little bit too late for that one, I think, too.
There's GME doing a little VWAP bounce. I'll look for that one to get to the resistance. Still looking for that one to get to resistance.
CGC for the VWAP bounce actually looks good here. Let me try to take a few hundred shares just to test this one out. It's kind of a big range though, so I got to be careful here. And this is a little early for me as a trader, but we'll see.
All right, here's that 1670s. This is where I can see the bag buyers getting AUPH. Be careful with that area. Watch the price action there.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have taken bigger size with CGC here. I'm gonna go ahead and get out half here, I guess. Maybe got out a little bit late, but took half off there, and I'm just gonna let the other half let the other half work. And we are getting a breakout, which looks really good. Might just get out the rest here. In the day, pretty break even so far. So was able to make it immediately back with the VWAP bounce on CGC. And like I said, guys, I know we had a few people talking about the VWAP bounce specifically here in this chat and asking about it. I could have held through this breakout, and that's probably something, I think that was just a mistake on my end where I was down on one trade and then I made it back on another, and so I just decided to take profits and exit the whole thing. But one thing that you're going to see a lot with VWAP bounces is, like I said in my weekend video, you're going to see highs like this up here. You know, you can see like the high of pre-market is like right here or like right here, and you're going to be able to use those levels as support and also as your risk level in these type of trades, right? So this is like your risk level. So like I could get in a CGC here and just risk off of these previous highs right here in the chart. Like you'll see the stock push up, form a high, run up, pull back, and then you can use that high, like I said, specifically right here as your risk, and it gives you a really tight, really easy, and a really solid risk level because that's the previous high. If it holds that, it's holding the previous highs and it's moving up strong. If it breaks that, longs are going to start jumping out. It's going to squeeze the stock down, and so using this as a risk level makes a lot of sense. And that's one of the ways that I trade the VWAP bounce. And so I'm just trying to kind of help people out. I know we had a few people ask about the VWAP bounce specifically. And this is another reason also, guys, why I take profits at the high of the day. Because you can see it gets up to the high of the day. What happens? It pulls back immediately down there. So just thought I would break down that really quick.
All right, guys. Chewy breaking out there, guys. Chewy breaking out.
Because I'm not mostly a penny stock trader, Timothy. He's asking me why I didn't trade CEI. I'm just not really a penny stock trader. I did see the email you got me, Young. My bad, man. Like I said, I've had family here for the last few days, and so I haven't really been able to do much. I did see your email, and I will be using that in my chart as soon as I have time to set it up. So I appreciate that, bro. I really do. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I mean, I longed it, Tim, and I made, I don't know, let me see. I made a little bit on it. I mean, it was just a quick scalp, but I longed it with a strategy that I call the VWAP bounce, that I talk about a lot. It's a very reliable strategy. GameStop is buying back every share. I mean, GameStop is just getting people dip buying it right now. Like I said, I don't know whether it's going to succeed in the next day or two. I know in the next year, there's a few things that could happen. It could either get bought out, which is plausible. It could get bought out. But I know within a year or two, especially within 5 years, GameStop's business model is already obsolete. And so, like I said, I'm not talking about short-term success of GameStop. It might go up today, I know a lot of times, sometimes like former employees or even like game lovers, like they have like a nostalgic love for GameStop. And I'm here to tell you, GameStop is a terrible company. It's a terrible, immoral company. And it's going to fail. I'm telling you guys, it's going to fail. Maybe I'm wrong short term. It's definitely going to fail long term.
All right, starter put on here, guys. DERM, looking for this one to reject 1040s. Want to see this one head down towards $10 really quickly.
There goes CGC. Maybe I should have held on to a few shares. Really like the move. Ripped up there. And, yeah, I mean, like I said, this is why I take profits at the high of the day, though. I'm happy with that for sure. Gotta wait. I don't see anything else I really like. Roku's down. Huge. But today kind of confirms what I've been saying, though, which is that VWAP bounces have been extremely profitable lately, specifically on CGC. Like yesterday in gross profits on CGC, I think I made like, I don't know what I made. I made like a few $100 on CGC VWAP bounce alone. Let me see what I made yesterday. Yesterday I made $400 on CGC alone in gross profits. Yep. Exactly. Everything's going digital, man. And it might push up short term. It might push up today. But long term, I don't know. Appreciate the sub, Charlie Girl. Welcome to the team. Appreciate it. Thank you for the subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Click the bell, turn on notifications. We do this every weekday morning. Oh, if you're in something, Mitch, you got to put your executing platform up. Can't see it.
Sorry about that.
No,
yeah, that's that whole trying to share the chart earlier. There you go, guys.
Yeah.
Just trying to get ahead of this one. One of the main things is it's a small position. We can't fight it if it doesn't go our way. This is just trying to get ahead of the position. There you go. I like that. I like that rejection. So now anything above my level, I want to add 100 shares and just hold the 300.
See, look at AMD, man. AMD got rejected and came all the way back down. If that's not a short squeeze, I don't know
There
what
you
is.
go. I like that. Like that price action there. Anything towards a 30, I'm going to add 100 shares, hold above here towards 1036.
I've been waiting for their fall for years. Everybody hates GameStop. I know.
GameStop back up there, man.
Yeah,
I'm watching that one.
I'll see it.
VWAP bounce play.
Yeah, it did. It actually, as much as I hate GameStop, it did bounce off the VWAP really nicely. But again, this is short-term moves. Like, people are gonna, a lot of times people that short the stock overnight are gonna be covering the next morning, and vice versa. And so there's a lot of reasons for bounce. You know, I think if you look at the long-term chart, it's actually, GameStop is actually pretty cheap. But I think that everybody knows that they're eventually going to become obsolete, and not just from digital buys, but also from Amazon.
Right, guys. Also looking for a red to green move here in AMRN. It's building strong support there at 2314s. Can let it try 2314 one more time. If it gets above VWAP here, I'll take a long. If it cracks 2314 here, it could start really cracking down. All right, guys, gonna go ahead and put in an order to add here at 30. 100 shares add at 30. If it pops up towards 30, we'll get that add. We'll hold towards this 1036, and we'll look for a crash down towards $10. Here's AUPH back up by VWAP, guys. Fate coming down, looking for a VWAP bounce.
I know, see, Young, man, that's what I'm telling you, though. Young says, what, man? GameStop was all of our childhood favorite game store to buy games. I get it. But you can't lie, bro. You saved up a library of games. Be real, man. You save up a library of games. You bring the GameStop, they're giving you 50 cents a piece, bro. Then they're selling it for 40 bucks, ripping you off all day. You know, they're paying their employers nothing. You know, a manager makes like $10 an hour at GameStop, and they're ripping the consumer off. And they're also pissing off the game companies, because the game companies are selling digital copies now, and they don't want to pay GameStop money. They would rather just sell it directly to you, the digital copies, and end it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, regardless of which way you look at GameStop, long term, they're over with, man. You know, even if people don't buy digital copies, a lot of times they're ordering physical copies off of Amazon nowadays, because you get 1 day shipping. And so regardless of which way you look at GameStop, unless they have some drastic thing that changes with their business model, they're over with, man. You know, I know people have nostalgia with GameStop, and they say, oh, it's my childhood video game company. It's like, yeah, but your childhood video game company has been ripping people off, bro. You know, they're paying their workers tiny sums of money. It's just a terrible company, man. Like I said, people can hate me, that's fine. I mean, it's not that I hate GameStop. I just don't believe in their long-term viability. But I'll move on. I see Netron upset over there in the chat.
Hey, easy question is, how many video games stores were around 10 years ago? How many are around now?
A lot were around 10 years ago. Zero are around now.
You used to have all these other ones. I think it was like eBay Games or something like that.
There's EB Electronics Boutique. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it was EB
there's so
Electronics
many.
Boutique. Yep.
Yeah. They all faded down.
It's because digital was taking over everything. That's why they don't sell CDs anymore either. Is because digital's destroying it, man. Digital's taking over. They don't need to sell CDs anymore.
For what?
And people are always going to be nostalgic towards CDs too, you know, but it doesn't mean we should keep them, you know. All right, I'm looking at another pullback in CGC. I don't know, the pullback happened a little bit too quickly for me to really want to long it again. So we'll see. I'm also looking at AUPH.
All right, guys, watching AMRN get strong here. About to long it in here, guys.
Yeah, I might wait on AMD to redeem myself from my first trade on AMD, even though that one faked me out. Look at AMD's chart, man. That thing faked me out, came right back down. Look at that short squeeze on AMD.
All right, guys, looking to get in here at 20s for AMRN on the long side. Need a small pullback here. Got a lot of volume supporting this. That's why I'm going for this trade. There's a big number on the ass there, 23.25. 132's there. Looking for a slight pullback here, and then I can get in. 23.20s would be the entry.
I'm looking at AUPH shorting this one. I just don't know what kind of share size I should take on a bounce with AUPH. It's not a huge range, and so maybe take like 100 shares, 150 shares maybe on AUPH on a bounce up to the 38 level. Maybe OLLI for a bounce as well.
That share size just went in there at 25s. It's sitting right there, 120. 23.25, so you just see it sitting there. Whenever you see it sitting there, you want to see it get absorbed. Absorbed meaning getting knocked out. So you'll see 118s, then you'll see 60s, then you'll see 50s, 40s, 30s. That's people taking that size. There it goes, got taken up there. Looking for a pullback to get in here on AMRN, but not getting it right now. There's a pullback, looking for a slight, there you go. That's where I'd rather get in. 23.20s, risk right now is 23.14. 6 cent risk, looking for a pop over 23.30s. You got a nice rejection off that 23.25, so you got to be careful just in case it was a big time short put on there. Just got to respect the levels that we have. Right now, DERM, I'm just letting it work. Here, I'm going to put that other stock that I have trading right here in the purple so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. This is AMRN here on the bottom right. Big volume getting put there on DERM at 1013s. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to cover. I'm looking for this one to keep coming down here. If it pops to VWAP, we'll look to add. We're in a great position in that one. I like the parabolic move on that one. If it fails, it could fail hard. 23.14 showing up here for AMRN, so can't get it underneath that 23.14s. Need to see this get scooped right back up through the 23.20s.
I take half, and I'm taking half off of AUPH. Got myself to green on the day.
All right, can see a pop here in DERM towards the 1022s, then see the fade there.
Do I want to short back into AMRN here or not? It's bouncing back to my level. I'm break even on the day. I'm holding only 75 shares left. Do I want to short back into it or not? It's running up some. I could add here.
All right, just got another bottom at that 23.14. Understand my risk very well. Just gonna hold to my levels. If it gets above here, it could get a good potential squeeze. If it breaks down, just step out. Small loss.
Look at AMD rip up here. Also looking at CGC, I don't mind it now.
All right, guys, there's AMRN turning around there. Now we can hold that bottom there, 23.14. Got a great bottom, just need volume to push it above the VWAP here. If it squeezes through 23.25, you see ads there, that'll show confirmation. Wherever we saw that big seller, which was at 23.25, we want to see it get above that seller again, because that seller will push it through. About to step out. It's holding at the support there. Alright, gotta be really careful here, guys. Showing up on the bid here, 23.13s.
Maybe I should have added.
Right there. That's how you do it, guys. Step out immediately. You see a crack, step out. I'm okay, more than okay with an $18 loss there.
Maybe I should have added to my AUPH trade. I mean, it's breaking down beautifully for me, but I talked about adding to it. I just never did, unfortunately. Just to show you guys, I can show you guys this one. It's dropping nicely for me, but not a big size or anything. See if we could actually break down some more here. And you see $10 up, but I was already down $10, so I made a few dollars, like 20 bucks on this one so far. I'm gonna give it a little second to see if it fully breaks down here, and then maybe just get out. But 17s. I need to scale up in size. I've just been super accurate lately. I don't know why I haven't. But there we go. 11s, 12s. I'm gonna just go ahead and get out there. You know, not a bad win there, honestly. $25 win. I'll take it. Green on the day, up about 20 bucks. We're gonna see what else we can find. Just attack the range there with the fade. I'll take it. Also looking at AMD.
And that LK fade, that thing's is already down $1.25 from that fade.
Roku's up there too.
Risk.
Roku's up there too. AMD's up there. You know, CGC looked like a good bounce.
There's AMRN cracking. It cracked. There's GME doing a beautiful VWAP bounce play up to the resistance, breaking out towards that 580 we talked about pre-market as resistance. Let's see what happens when it gets towards that 580.
The current song is called Rain Check by Dylan Sitz. That's the name of his current song.
There's that boost towards 580s for GME.
Maybe
right,
I should have shorted AMD
GME
right
can
here. There it is. Maybe I could get in Roku. Let's take some trades. Maybe I'm hesitating too much.
Look at the AMRN there. That thing took off down south.
There goes Roku. Jumped in Roku with 25 shares, up like $7 to $10 in it right now. Still kind of bummed out I missed AMD though. We're gonna look for a bigger drop here for Roku though. CGC broke down, so glad I didn't take that bounce. Yeah, I am trader. I'm not saying that you can't give out picks here. I'm just saying that most of these are day trading stocks, and so not really a futures room, bro. But if you want to give out picks, that's cool. But like I said, I don't know how many people are gonna really listen to it, you know. Man, Roku bounced all the way back up. Do I want to short into this bounce more, or do I just want to leave it be?
All right, I'm looking at GameStop. It rejected perfectly off of 580s. I wanted to try one more time to get up there towards that 580s. If it fails that, then I'll knock it down.
Yeah, just giving you a heads up, trader. You can give out picks here. Like I said, just know we're pretty much against them. We don't think traders should rely on other people's picks. And also, if you try to give out picks and then promote your own content and that's your plan, you're going to get banned as soon as it happens. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just kind of breaking down the rules for you, bro. Because like I said, we do get a lot of people here trying to do that. So just got to give you a heads up on that regard.
All right, gonna see if Durham can break down through here. It keeps holding in this tight consolidation.
We'll see what happens with Roku here. It looks like it might squeeze up. I probably just use this high up here as my risk at around 75. I like that risk area. Okay, yeah, no stress, man. Like I said, you're welcome here, brother. No stress. I'm just giving you a heads up. Like I said, we get a lot of people here that give out picks, and then after they give out picks, they kind of subtly try to promote their own content or their pick service. And so I was just giving you a heads up. You know, you're welcome here, brother. We're happy to have you here, man. I'm still bummed out I missed AMD, you know. Beautiful fade. Was talking about it for a while, just never took it. I don't know why. Yeah, no stress, man. Yeah, welcome, bro. Welcome here, man. AMRN, man, with a huge breakdown.
Well, it's just about price action. Remember, I was looking for the breakout. There was someone that knocked it down, about 120,000 shares. That's how one trader can change the trade.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that, but that's as simple as that, guys. One trader will change the trade for you. All right, guys. Now that GME is starting to look more breakdown-ish, if it pops to 70, I'll get in here. Look at that. There's a huge bidder there at 563, 250. So that's 250,000 shares waiting there on the NASDAQ.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it, Young. I'm trying to be patient for it. I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting. I'm holding it. A tiny share size, but if we can get it dropped down to 145, I mean, obviously, I'll take that. Just waiting for it. It's got a lot of support where it's at now. We just need that break underneath it. It just kind of keeps bouncing here. We also might get a bounce up and stop me out at 75. And so hopefully we don't, but it is possible. Just because a lot of traders are going to be buying this dip that don't necessarily rely on the VWAP. You know, some traders that don't see the VWAP here are going to be buying the dip, which is, like I said, it's plausible as well. We'll see.
There's that rejection from GME that I wanted. So ready to short 570s if we get it.
No, I'm not trading GameStop.
I have no problem with it.
I mean, I'm just saying I'm not trading it. If y'all want to trade it, y'all can. Yeah. I'm
I'm
about to say this is a bad
no
trade
problem
either.
with
Yeah. I'm about to say this is a bad trade. Might be a good trade. I don't know. Like I said, not really my style. A little bit too cheap for me, to be honest. No, I don't use that one, Craig. Never use that one. Nah. Honestly, it's too cheap to short it. For me. You know, it's just not really my style. Like I said, if I short it, I'd have to hold it long term, and then even if I do hold it long term, there's always the risk that it goes bankrupt and I don't make anything from it. And so, to me, unless I'm buying a put option on it, I'm not interested. Alright, so here goes Roku bouncing up.
I think it was a great trade today. VWAP bounce. It's just a smaller range, 30-cent range.
Yeah, it's just not my style for it, you know.
So far, each trade has worked. Rejection off 580s, VWAP bounce off that 545 level.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can see it. I can see the bounce. Like, it's just too cheap. I've tried not to trade fades and bounces on stocks under $10, and I think every trader's a little bit different. And for me, one of my things with it is just I don't trade them under $10. Even if it worked, it's just I think that over time I just don't find good results with it. So yeah, here's the bounce on Roku. Like I kind of said, some traders are looking for it. Some traders are looking for this bounce here at 146 that aren't really necessarily paying attention to the VWAP, and I think that's kind of what we're getting right now. I'm still pretty much break even in it though, so no stress either way. If it squeezes me up, I might lose like what, $10. I think I'll be all right. Also looking at AUPH, more kind of bummed out I missed AMD though.
Getting squeezed up here towards my DERM position. Looking to maybe size into it here and knock it down, but gonna wait for a second, see if it gets squeezed here.
Yeah, I mean, I have an IRA, Joe, if that's what you mean, bro. And yeah, I think a savings account is super important, but I don't, like I said, I'm not a fundamental investor, to be honest. I don't, you know. Alright, well, we got a quick little rejection back down here on Roku, so glad I didn't get kind of scared out of it. We get a big rejection.
Did you see that fake wick in GME? There's a huge fake wick there, guys. Be careful with that. That's what happens when you get trigger happy.
Which one?
That's called the trigger happy. DME. So many people are trying to short this thing that as soon as it ticked down there, it did a huge wick just to try to fake some people out.
Yeah. I think some are buying the VWAP bounce too, that third VWAP bounce there.
Yeah, so one thing you got to remember, guys, is that you can't be ticker watching. That's not the way to trade. Level watching is important.
Yeah.
Ticker watching, save that for the scalpers that are scalping with thousands and thousands of shares for milliseconds at a time. Don't be a ticker, tick by tick, every single thing that goes through, I have to watch. Because what happens is, if a move like that happens where you see a down wick, you could all of a sudden just jump in. And then you see it get absorbed really almost in a matter of an instant.
Yep.
All right, guys, getting squeezed out of DERM here. About to get out. 1030s will be my out. Needs to reject here off 1030s. If not, just gonna step out.
Yeah, Young, with Roku, we'll see. Like I said, if it squeezes me out, I might lose like $10, but it's got to break these highs before it stops me out, I think. Yes, it's possible, Jay, but it's extremely unlikely for you to do that within the first year or two. You might be able to make $100 on some days, but then other days you're probably going to lose money. And so one thing I always try to teach people is that day trading is extremely risky, and you're probably going to lose money no matter how good your teacher is, no matter how good your course is. You're probably going to lose money for a solid year at least when you first get started. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I know that's what's promoted. It's not something that you're just going to immediately pick up and start making all this money consistently. In fact, you'll actually probably lose money when you first get started. And you should have that expectation. Because if you have the wrong expectation, it's just going to make everything much more harder to accept. And you're going to end up being way more emotional and in turn lose more money. And so best advice I can give is to have the right expectations. Take it slow. No need to go crazy. Trade small. Have the right expectations. Do not think you're going to pay your mortgage next month with your day trading profits. And understand that you'll probably lose your first few accounts. Best advice.
So don't take out a new credit card, right, John?
Don't get a loan. Do not quit your job. Unless you're like,
please, I don't want to hear about the sob story.
Yeah, do not quit your job, bro. Do not take out a loan. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You will probably lose money, 100%. Nobody else is going to tell you this. I will tell you this. You'll probably lose money, bro.
What? And, courses not worth paying for?
But my guru tells me I can make $1 billion in a week if I just spend his $10,000 on his trading course. I get it, man. It's marketing. I get it. But is it likely? No. Yeah, it's possible. There's always outliers.
I think this is the thing that you got to ask yourself. Do you think if it was that easy, wouldn't there be everyone just supporting, like, man, I bought the course, I'm making $1 million?
Right. I'm not saying a course, whether a course is worth it to you is relative. And there's some good courses. I'm getting squeezed out of Roku. I'm going to get out of here. Which is fine. I'm still green on the day. But no, the point is like, whether a course is worth it to you is relative. I think that some courses are solid. I think some courses make sense and some courses are solid. It's all relative though. It's all subjective. Is it worth it to you? Do you have a lot of money? If you make $500,000 a year, spending $3,000 on a course might be insignificant to you. And so it's all relative, man. But I do know that it's extremely difficult to succeed in day trading. It's going to, on average, take years to learn how to do it consistently well. And even then, it's not guaranteed. And so it's just like anything else that's worth learning in life. once you do learn it, and if you are consistently profitable and you do learn it well enough and you're smart enough to do it, then that'll be a skill you'll have for the rest of your life. But just like anything else, it's going to take years to get to that point. It's not something that next month you're going to pay your mortgage and prove everybody wrong. And I know every new trader has that fantasy where it's like, my wife, when I first got started trading, said, John, you're going to lose money. And guess what? She was right. I lost a ton of money when I first got started, man. She was right. She was spot on, you know. But at this point, I'm actually relatively consistent. I've been growing my account. I'm profitable for the most part. And it is what it is, man. It takes a long time to learn how to do it successfully, bro. That's right, Jacob. And I think, like I said, there's different courses. The platform I'm using is Tefs and TradeNet. And of course, I'm biased towards them. But I think if you're getting started, here's the thing, right? You're almost certainly going to lose your first account. And you might as well get a cheap account that comes with the course, comes with a demo account, a paper trading account, comes with access to their chat room for support. And I can respect Mir and them because they actually live stream their trades as well. And so I can respect them, man. I can respect them. I like their platform. It allows me to day trade for cheap with no PDT rule. And again, of course, I'm biased because I make a commission if you sign up. But I do think that it's a cheaper way for new traders to get started. I think their base package is $3.99, and it gives you, once you're approved, you get to apply and partner with them. And that's how they get around the PDT rule, is because you're technically trading somebody else's account. But you get to apply, and almost everybody's approved. And then once you are approved, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade short stocks. And again, it comes with the course. It comes with that access to their chat room, and it comes with the demo account. And I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense for new traders. But again, of course, I'm biased. And this is a great time for me to post my referral link and sell out here. But again, I think it's the cheapest way for new traders to get started legitimately. But again, like I said, regardless of any of this, I think that you got to have the right expectations. And one of those expectations... Oh, wait, that's the wrong price. Hold on. You got to have the right expectations. And one of those expectations is certainly that you're most likely going to lose money.
Alright guys, looks like I missed that GM trade. Definitely that 580 rejection should have been the trade. Never was able to get in there. Even maybe the spike up to 575s. Definitely a good rejection trade off that resistance that was given to you clearly in pre-market 580s, and really starting to get rejected there at 560s. Yeah, guys, like always, one of the key things is what we're here for, guys. We're not here to stress about, hey, I made $1 million today, right, or hey, I lost $1,000 today.
Right, I'm up $6 on the day.
to tell you the truth, it sounds bad, guys, but I of course, when I hear people win, it actually makes me happy. But right, hearing people lose big amounts of money is just gonna upset me. Right, because we're here trying to teach you ways to control that capital, a way to approach day trading the correct way, to where you're gonna manage yourself and manage that risk, versus be complete risk adverse and then just trying to push towards another level. Too many traders are out there trying to trade 1,000 shares. Yeah, I can tell you right now, I've been trading for multiple years. If you're trading with 1,000 shares right off the start, and you're being generic like that, where you're just taking 1,000 shares of whatever you trade, right? I can guarantee you guys, you're gonna find the process is not there to support. Yeah, it's there to show you that it can nail you down. Right, and that's just part of it.
That's the problem, though, is that like traders watch these gurus, and the truth is that you should be trading tiny as a brand new trader. You should be trading small as a brand new trader. You should not be trading huge size. And the reason you should not, here I'm going to jump in a few hundred shares of AMD, try to ride down this range, but you should not be trading huge because you need that experience when you first get started. And if you jump in with 1,000 shares with a $2,000 account, you're going to lose your account before you gain that necessary market experience that you need. You know, sure, if you trade small, you might dwindle your account down, but as a new trader, at least you're getting that experience that you need. You know, if you jump in with 1,000 shares, like I got to make money next month as a brand new day trader, you're almost certainly just going to lose everything, and you're gonna give up. You're gonna say trading's rigged. I quit. It's impossible. You know, it's all a scam, and you're never gonna actually like do it because you're trading too big as a brand new trader. You should be trading with 100 shares minimum or maximum as a brand new trader. And I think it depends on your platform, but
we stress it in a video that I put out. If you really want to be a winning trader, I know this might sound weird, but one share is going to teach you the process. So if day trading is really all about a process, then you need to downpack that process before you try to get profits. I think that's really the key, guys. Just understand, if day trading is about process, so then down pack that process. Don't try to go and skip into that and say, oh, well, yeah, just put me in the NFL and I will learn my way as a running back. Not going to happen. I won't make it past one game, guys.
Right.
I won't make it past one game. I'm not going to just learn my way in there with the pros.
Right. Yeah, it's not.
And that's what you got to learn, guys, is that it's not about just learning your way through it. It's about taking approaches to master that process for yourself.
Right, 100%. And it takes time, man. It's not something, like I said, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something that you're going to jump into and start paying your mortgage with next month and be able to quit your job and prove everybody wrong. It's not like that. I don't care what anybody says. And of course, like, some people are going to get lucky when they first get started. And, you know, some people are going to get unlucky. And there's positive and negative variance that is involved with each. But it's not something that you're just going to pick up and immediately start doing well because you took a 30-hour course on day trading. You know what I mean? It's not like that. That's like saying I could go watch a bunch of YouTube videos on football and be an NFL player in a month. You know, it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean?
What, John? I thought you were going to join the Saints.
Bro, I'm joining the Saints, man. You know, wide receiver, you know. I'm going to replace Alvin Kamara as the running back, bro. You know me.
Nah,
you know?
They're going to say Hill who?
Right. Right, man. I'm going to be the backup QB, you know, / running back. I'm going to take Hill's spot. I'm going to kick Alvin Kamara out. I'm going to replace Drew Brees. I'm going to be all of it, you know.
All right, guys. Looking to add here on my short at 1020. Let's see what happens here, guys.
I'm going to knock Joe Burrow out the race and be Heisman this year, man. Yeah.
So what do you think of apps like Acorn, Robinhood, Cash App, Beginner Trader? And dude, what do you think about those kind of Webull? What do you think, John?
Cash apps? Well, Acorn and Robinhood are two completely different things. Acorn is something that takes the side change that you spend on your card, on your debit or credit card, and invest that into a portfolio. Robinhood is actually a actual trading account where you're making the decisions for that. Acorns is kind of like a fund that takes all your side money and invests it for you. Robinhood is one where you can actually make those decisions yourself. And so it's a little bit different. I think they both have their uses. I think Robinhood long term is going to be tough considering that TD Ameritrade and Webull and E-Trade all have free commissions now. So it's going to be very tough to actually, you know, succeed over long term.
I think the thing to watch here is so Acorn to me is more like the future of mutual accounts. And if you guys don't know what mutual accounts are, it's like putting your money in a bank and everyone putting an investment out there, kind of a portfolio, and then everyone can add towards the kind of the bank. We can make more money if everyone adds into this. But as always, they've been kind of not in the favor for investors for a long time. I don't know how you feel about mutual accounts, John, but I know they've kind of always had been said to underperform the S&P. And if you're going to underperform the S&P, I mean, you might as well trade the S&P. So one of the biggest things I think is to find always what works for and against you. We stress this all the time, guys. What's your advantage with the platform and broker that you're using? What are the disadvantages?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's saying not USA because what they are doing is illegal here. What it's technically not, actually. Maybe because they actually find a loophole in the game that gets around it, right? So I'm not actually trading CFDs. I'm partnering with somebody else, and so it's actually not illegal. That's why we can, allowed to do it here, because we're not technically trading our own CFD account or opening up our own CFD account, and technically it's an educational package. So yeah, it's not illegal. I got down to 23s here. If we can get down to like 20 again, I should probably take profits. But yeah, at the same time, I mean, you could say, oh, well, why don't you just go to a US platform? But you know what? You want a brand new trader to save up $25,000, and for their first account, trade a $25,000 account. That's the craziest idea I've ever heard, which is one of the reasons the PDT rule makes 0 cents. 0 cents. I'm gonna go ahead and take half off here.
No, but it's supposed to help us,
right?
John.
But it's supposed to help new traders. It's the most ridiculous rule ever, man. Like, you want a brand new trader to trade with $25,000 to protect them as their first account. Dude, you're just gonna make a new trader.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you're gonna make.
That's what it is.
You're gonna make a new trader lose $25,000, man, as a brand new baby trader? No way, man. That's crazy, ridiculous. That's why the people that are like, oh, save up and get yourself a $25,000 account. It's like, okay, so a brand new trader can just lose their mortgage payment? No, man. Like, I'd rather spend $400 and let a brand new trader play with a very cheap account, probably lose it if I'm being fair. Let's be honest, most of the time they're gonna lose those accounts, but they're not gonna be risking 25K. That makes way more sense to me as somebody that's traded for years. And so it is what it is. But I guess everybody, it's all subjective, I guess. But
I think once again, ask yourself, what are you looking for, guys? What do you need? Are you guys looking to learn the process of day trading so that you guys can be an everyday day trader? Are you guys just looking to wing it? Throw out your money there. If you have money like that, then by all means, I mean, hey,
right.
I'm not no one's gonna down you. No one's gonna down you for losing money. Everyone's gonna look at you like, yeah, you'll be the hero.
Right.
But until you really realize that the consistency won't be there, you'll lose a lot of money. Realize, hey, I should have worked on process. Ask any trader that's been in this game for multiple years. They're gonna tell you what. Work on your process.
Right.
And so stop making it confusing for you guys. It's not about the money or the capital that you have. I can give you $100,000 account. You will lose it all if you have no process.
Right.
I can tell you that right now. You will lose it all. If you have absolutely no process, you don't know how you're trading, you don't know how you're going to attack the day every single day that you come in this market, you will lose money.
Yeah, 100%. And it's one of those things where it's like, dude, no matter where you go, no matter what you're going to do, you're probably going to lose money as a brand new trader regardless. It doesn't matter what platform you choose. It doesn't matter what educator you have. It doesn't matter what chat room you're in. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. You're almost certainly going to lose money when you first get started. Almost certainly.
Big shorts getting put on GME, guys. There's a 130,000 shares trying to be sold at 531s. That's how you got to pay attention for those big sellers, big buyers. They move the market, guys. It's not us. It's not the small ones. Your 200 shares, your 500 shares, more than likely isn't going to do anything to the stock. Now you see 1,000 shares thrown up. You see 10,000. You see 100,000 shares. If the float's, a relatively low float, that can instantly change the stock.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you can start on a simulator, but you're not going to have those emotions that you need. The emotions that you take when you first get started in trading are necessary because you have to be able to build rules around those negative emotions. And if you're trading on paper, let's be honest here, you don't care if you lose that. And so you're not going to build realistic rules for yourself. So I think the only real way for new traders to really get started is to trade a small account with small share size, because that's going to help build the rules, going to help get used to the the sizing and get used to real money and condition themselves to make the right decisions with those real emotions that are there. And with paper, those emotions aren't there. With paper's good for back testing and finding your niche and finding your strategies. That's what paper's great for. But is it good for building rules, realistic rules around your trading? No, it's terrible for that because there's no emotions there. And you can try to emulate a real account with a paper account all you want, but it's never going to be the same. All right, I'm sitting in AMD. Ooh, it's about time for me to start taking some larger swings.
Yep, it's around that time where we're going to switch, guys. We're going to switch kind of more in a scalping method here, guys. Try to take some quick trades here, bigger size. One of the things that we try to do is really minimize risk at the open and slowly adjust into tightening risk and getting those quick scalp trades. All right, guys, just watching here, guys, keeping a close eye, still on DERM. GEME, we had a question. Kevin Wrong said, if there's so many sellers on GME, does it mean that it's going to go down? What it means is that there is selling pressure. Selling pressure will never ever give you an exact answer. And that's one of the things that we got to understand here, Kevin, is that it's not an exact. There's never an exact. If I could know that something was 100% going down, trust me, I'd be in it right now. But so the real key here, guys, is to understand the level 2 and the buying and price action. So if you know where buyers and sellers should come in, like I talked about pre-market, understand where the buying and selling should come. All right, guys, just quick guys, just want to alert guys, I just got quickly squeezed out for a small loss on DERM, but it is squeezing big time, guys. Big volume just pushed in there towards 1031s, 1034s. Gonna watch to see if this one can do a VWAP bounce play.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Olivia. Welcome to the team. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Kevin, if you want to learn a little bit more, we do have a level 2 video that you can learn a little bit more about price action. And if you have some questions after that, I'd be more than happy to help you. Go ahead and write some questions down. We can talk a lot about this topic tomorrow if you want. I know you're always here, so we'll see you tomorrow and we can talk a little bit more about it. DERM there now, guys, to 1040. That one's squeezing really big time, really fast.
I'm looking at OLLI for a potential bounce here. I'm in AMD, but we're at the bottom of the range. I'm just kind of letting it test to see if it breaks underneath there. Man, my wife had to turn on the AC, man. It's freezing. Let's have to turn the heat on, man. Yeah, my wife and I battle over it. She wants it freezing cold. I like it warm and cozy in the house, but nope, it's always cold.
All right, guys, there you go. There's a breakout towards the 1050 there for DERM. 25-cent pop.
Y'all yell at me if AMD gets squeezed up. I gotta go turn my heater on.
AUPH popping up there too. AUPH popping up there.
Jay, go to our YouTube channel. Look in playlist and find our free day trading course.
Watch all of those, man.
Yeah.
You can learn something from each one. It's not just one video that we have, guys, that you guys can learn from. Always, like I say, take the sugar. There's a little salt in everyone, but there's a lot of sugar. A lot of people are giving good information, and we give it all for free. Best trade of the day. Look at that LK chart. Oh man. That LK is serious.
I mean, I'm waiting for AMD here. It doesn't look like I'm actually going to get it. I'm going to get out $20 gain on the day. Like I said, I built up a little bit of a cushion. We'll try to take some swings, but AMD's getting squeezed up a little bit too much. Maybe it might just be squeezing me out. Kind of a break-even day. We'll probably close down within 20 minutes, Jay. I don't know. We'll see. It just depends. Oh, man. It's cold in my house, man.
All right, DERM getting a rebought up there at 1040s. I'll look for a pullback closer towards 1030, but it's squeezing up there past 10, up there to 1050s now. Did a micro pullback there on 1040s. People bought it up there.
Also, guys, like I said, I forgot to kind of plug the channel today, but hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every day. We got a lot of subs today, actually. Olivia, Charlie, Gina, MA, appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome to the team. Like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell if you want to turn on notifications. We go live every weekday morning for free here on YouTube, and so we appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't.
All right, also, guys, don't forget Fed news coming out, guys, at 12 Eastern. And also 2 p.m. talk, PAL. All right, guys, going to go ahead and take a second here, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and use the broker that John and I use, you guys can check it out. We actually do this through a funded TradeNet package. This gives you a funded account, buying power all the way up to 14,000. What I really like about TradeNet is at the end of the day, guys, I'm able to trade the strategies that I want to trade. Today, being able to trade a trade short and a trade long. This is what I want to be able to do, guys. I want to be able to trade VWAP fades, VWAP bounces right out the open. At the end of the day, I need more buying power because I trade higher price stocks a lot of the time. Sometimes I'm in stocks that are 20, sometimes I'm in stocks that are $10, and I can go all the way up to $100, $200 sometimes. So with that, I need some buying power. TradeNet definitely helps me with that advantage. Lets me trade long and short. I don't have to worry about, hey, do I need to go get a borrow on this stock? Because at the end of the day right now, guys, I'm trying to work the process of trading, not really worried about my realized or unrealized gains, really worried about nailing down strategy day in, day out. That's what's really going to improve your skills. That's what's going to take your trading to the next level. And that's what you can do here on TradeNet. So if you guys want to definitely check this out, we'll go ahead and put up the link here in the description. Like always, guys, do your own research. Like always, we try to stress it for you guys. We always try to stress, find the positives and negatives that can work for you and help you get to that next level in your trading.
Yep. You can also go check out Trade Ideas, which objectively speaking are I guess it's not objectively, but which in my opinion are the best scanners in trading. You can use promo code BT15. If you like these scanners, you can get 15% off. And there's the link for that as well. You could also go check out our Patreon if you appreciate the free content that we put out there. And like I said, we just try to be the realest people in trading. You want to see what it's actually like, come join our channel. You can support us through Patreon. There's the link in the chat as well. We'll see what else we can get. I'll probably try to take one more trade. I'm just kind of waiting for one. AMD did end up breaking down there. I'm starting to kind of look at AMRN here too. Maybe. We'll see. CGC, 2 sideways. LK maybe if it pulls back to the VWAP. Maybe SQ if it does that as well. Roku. That's two up there. Somebody's asked how much money I have in my account. My account is a $9,000 account, but they give me a lot of buying power. But the package itself costs $9,000 when I paid for it. So, but yeah, they give me like over 200,000 in buying power, so a ton of buying power with it. I don't use all that though. What's up, Keith? My man from New Orleans. What's up, bro? Yeah, I'm from Louisiana too, bro. What's up, Tiny? Tiny said, hey kids, thanks for letting me silently visit while we're putting away freight. Time for paperwork and prep, so I gotta go. Have a good green day. Love your family. We love you too, Tiny. Miss you. You should come join our stream again, you know?
Yeah, we'll see you back soon enough. Keep working hard. Life will pay out, man. Life will pay out. You keep working hard, it comes back.
Yep. I jumped in AMRN with 100 shares. We'll see what happens here, but I'm just kind of taking a little feeler trade with it, maybe scaling bigger if I like how it moves. I like it because there's a very obvious risk level here at 10. Kind of want a little bit more now. I might scale in now that I've gotten some type of confirmation here. Get out of here, Eddie. We're not about that, bro. Yeah, sorry, Seth. I knew you were asking him. We're not about that, bro. We're not gonna. It's too easy to get scammed that way. It's too easy to get scammed that way. And so I gotta kick him out. Like I said, it's too easy for somebody to say, hey, let's share an account, or hey, I'll help you grow your account, and then we split the profit. If you look, there's a lot of people that scam that way, and then they'll give you picks. And then if you're successful, they'll split the profit with you. But a lot of times they're just making you take very volatile, risky trades because that's gonna get them the highest return. And so with that, we're not about that. I didn't ban them. I just put them in timeout.
And also, it's illegal.
Right. It's so we're not about that here, bro. I'm sorry, man. You gotta get out of here.
I'll pass on that offer.
Yeah. Just a heads up. Yeah,
it's not smart to do, guys.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, well, I'm sure he is down for you to trade your account and split the profit, and then he's gonna be telling you to take some risky trades, and then just like, I'm not about that, man. We're not about that here.
Oh man, come on.
No, bro. I was about to say, let me trade your account for you. We can split the profit. Sounds like a great
split
idea.
it, John.
I'm gonna start going long in a bunch of penny stocks.
Your better shot is every single time that guy puts a pick, put the opposite trade. Your better shot. I'm sure the odds would probably be better on your side if you just turned around and you just said, all right, dude, what are the picks?
What do you think? Yeah, for sure, 100%. And it's one of the reasons we're against picks. Hey,
yeah, that's why we're against it, bro, because it could quickly swing around. I've seen picks do really great. I've seen picks do horrible.
Yeah, if I don't get to it in 30 seconds or 20 seconds, bro, there's no need to repeat your question in the chat. That's the easiest way to get banned around here, bro, is spam in the chat, demanding attention. The reason I'm in AMRN is because it looks like a VWAP fade. It pulled back to the VWAP. It's in a downward trend most of the day, and it has a pretty tight risk level above me here with multiple confirmations is the reason I'm in AMRN. But yeah, man, have some patience. Wait for me to get to it. We're in the middle of a conversation, bro. You can't just demand attention and then get mad when we don't give it to you, bro. So chill out is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and also, man, we got stuff to talk about. We don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, we got important
we don't want to. We got to keep things rolling on the on the ball, not jumping all over the place.
Right. Yeah, man. You know me. I don't jump all over the place. I never rant. I'm not a ranter. Me. I'm totally against cannabis legalization too.
Anyone got an Xfinity? No, be careful with Comcast, man. They're listening, Josh.
Oh, yeah. They've been penalizing Mitch for the last, 2 weeks?
Josh, be careful, Xfinity listening, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. Comcast, man. Comcast, I'll tell you my Comcast story. They're probably listening to me right now. They're probably going to penalize me. I got the gigabit internet service, which is 1,000 megabits per second, right? I called Comcast one day, and I was worried about getting overcharged because I canceled DirecTV, and all of my TV services are streaming now. And so I canceled DirecTV, and I called Comcast, and I was like, hey, look, I'm worried about the amount of data I'm going to be spending. I'm worried about the amount of data my internet is going to use, and I'm worried about getting overage charges for data. And Comcast rep told me, don't worry about it. You don't use enough. You don't use nearly enough for it to be worth it for you. You know, you don't use that much. Don't worry about it. And so I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. And so I'm like, okay. A month later, I get $200 in overages charges on my internet bill. $200 in overage charges, man. And all from
You're
data.
Good, John.
And so they literally told me, yeah, man, they literally told me, don't you worry about it, John. You'll be all right. And then they stuck me paying. I called, I raised hell. I'm like, look, dude, like, come on now, man. Like, what are y'all thinking? You know, like, you can't do that, man. Like, that's ridiculous. And I told him, I was like, look, I used to be a CSR when I was in my early 20s. I know y'all record everything. Go watch that last phone call with me. Go watch that last phone call. And then look at my bill. You know, they said, oh, we'll give you $100 credit towards your Comcast account. But the problem is that it literally charged me like a few $100s over 2 months. And so they gave me $100 off of a $400 overage charges. Point is, don't trust Comcast, you know. Don't trust Comcast, you know, is my point. And I have Comcast, I have Xfinity. I actually like their internet service. The gigabit's fast, man. I get 1,000 megabits per second, and it's relatively cheap, honestly. You know, to be honest, like, it's not bad. You know, it's like I pay like $140 a month for 1,000 megabits per second. Ridiculously cheap, in all honesty. But they'll try to get you, man. That's my point.
No worries, guys. All right, so one of the things is seeing in the chat, Raul putting a good question here. Well, not a question, but more of a comment here. He's saying that GME and PLCE was the biggest missed opportunities for him today, and that's why confidence in the plan and setup is vital. You know, one of the things is I stress this pre-market. I've been stressing this pre-market, guys. When you look at something and you have an idea of what you want to see traded, one of the best things to do is kind of stick to that idea, especially when the chart is matching everything that you expect it to. When it's matching everything, the price action's what you want to see, the chart is what you want to see, the patterns filling out. This is when we need to go ahead and just execute, because this is why we set plans in the first place. We don't set plans so that we can go back out of them. We set plans so that when we get to that design trade, we don't hesitate. We can just focus on the execution because we've already done the thinking. Usually hesitation only comes from overthinking, guys. It's usually overthinking a plan that you probably already made. So one of the best ways to do it is set up your plans, set up your trades, and if everything matches and there's nothing unexpected, take the trade.
Right, 100%. And yeah, just to touch on Kevin. Kevin says, so they charge you more when you use more. Yes, but I called and I wanted unlimited. It was like $25 a month. Right, I could have paid $25 extra, which I'm on now. I switched to it. I could have paid $25 extra a month and had unlimited data, unlimited usage. I wouldn't have to pay an extra certain amount after each gigabyte I go over. And so yeah, he tells me I don't need unlimited. I don't need to pay that $25 extra because I don't use that much. And even with my changes in TV services turning to streaming, I'm never going to use that much, is what he told me. And so then, naturally, next month, I'm getting charged, I'm getting charged 8 times what the unlimited price was. I'm getting charged 8 times that the very next month. That's my issue. You know? Not anymore. Not after they passed the new law. The what's it called? The online freedom thing. I don't know what it's called, man. But yeah, now they charge you if you go over. I mean, it's Comcast, bro. They're like the biggest internet provider in the world. You know. Like I said, this is all subjective opinion. I'm not talking bad about Comcast. Do not go short Comcast. yeah, it's all subjective opinion. Sorry, Comcast, don't penalize me. You know. Yeah, net neutrality is what that's about. I'm gonna add another 100 here. Try to scale into this. Take a little bit of a swing here. I don't mind. In with 400 shares. Yeah, I'm in with 400 shares of AMRN. We're going to keep trying to take a bigger swing here. I mean, we're not experts or anything here, Jay. We're just not. Like, the classes we have are just teaching people stuff we learned along the way. And they're teaching factual things like risk-reward calculation, certain strategies. And if I do have a strategy video, most of the time I'm either prefacing it or I'm ending it with, I'm not an expert. This is still a work in progress. I'm just still building this strategy. This is just how I trade it. Doesn't mean you're going to be successful. And so, I mean, we've been streaming since we were brand new traders. And so we'll teach people what we've learned along the way. But like I said, we're very open and honest about not being experts here. You know, we're not experts. We're not a guru. We're not selling a course. Like, we're just teaching people what we've learned. And the classes that we have are just the stuff that we've learned along the way. And they're specifically targeted towards helping new traders learn the different fundamental aspects of day trading. What's up, Sid? I'm slightly up on the day, man. I'm just kind of hanging out here. I mean, Andrew, bro, we use different VWAP strategies, brother. We use different VWAP strategies. Go check out our classes, man. We've got a lot of classes on the different strategies we use. Like I say, I can't say they're going to work for you, but go watch our weekend videos that I've put out. We've got a few different good classes on it.
Andrew, look at a particular class. It might not seem as valuable as you may think it. I have one that's a little bit further back. You might have to find it, but it's called The Waves of Trading. I always talk about trading comes in waves. This is something that I kind of talked about with John, and John kind of really saw that kind of this was normal, and kind of really made it to the point where I think if there's anyone, he even understands it better than me about how there's going to be the ups and the downs in trading. And the best thing to do is understand how to, first preserve capital and understand when you're in the zone, when the trades are working for you. Because when the trades are working for you, we've already seen it, guys. The profit is there and the consistency is there. But when you run into issues is when you're going to go ahead and you're going to be kind of pushing on the time when things are just not going right. And I think that's really the hardest thing as a trader, is to understand when things are not working. If your strategy is not working at the moment, it doesn't mean you don't trade it. It means you limit the capital, you limit the downside risk, you take some shares off of the trades, you keep working at it until it comes back. That's how you get back to the consistency.
Right. Yeah, it's I love poker. Poker is one of my favorite games in the world. And one of the things about poker is that you're going to have positive and negative variance. Sometimes you might do everything right and you're just still going to lose, man. And sometimes you might do everything wrong and you're still going to win. And so that variance is going to happen in trading too. Sometimes you're going to do everything right. You're going to take the trade the right way. You're going to follow your levels to a key or to a T, but you're still going to have a losing trade. And sometimes you're going to do everything wrong. Like if you've watched the stream for any significant amount of time, sometimes I'll actually go long when I should be going short. Or when I'm trying to cover a position, I'll actually add to it. And sometimes those trades will work out for me too. And so it all depends. But the point is that you're going to have positive and negative variance with trading as well. And you should expect that too. Yeah, earnings reports I never That's a coin flip, bro. Unless you're an insider, earnings. I mean, of course, it's easy for me to say. I mean, it's just not my style. But I think earnings reports are coin flips, man. I think
this is the problem with the earnings report is, so it's not necessarily that it's bad to, let's say, get a theory on one side. I don't disagree with getting a theory, but the problem here is you can't measure risk.
Right.
How do you measure risk? How do you know if it's not just going to pop up 20%? You don't.
You never
That's
do.
the problem with it.
Yeah, the problem with earnings is that sometimes they can have good earnings and it goes down, and sometimes they can have bad earnings and it goes up. That's the problem with earnings, man. You know, it's, like I said,
the
it's
problems with a lot of things in the investment world.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
for sure. That's
like
the
the people that stress options.
Right.
Yeah. I've seen people cry about how they picked the perfect strike price. The stock is at the strike price and they're losing money. They're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
They don't even understand it. They're like, what's going on? Like,
right. Why is this happening to me?
It's because it's more complicated than you ever would imagine.
Right.
And for a lot of investors, that's why we stick to something that's a little bit more simple, technical aspect trading. If you want to trade things that are complicated, if you want to guess on earnings reports, by all means, guys, we're here. You guys can comment about it. We'll comment about it with you. We just don't recommend it. We recommend trying to take good strategic approaches, good processes that will make you guys better traders in the long run versus trying to worry about the Ferrari tomorrow.
I just scaled out of most of my AMRN trade. I got the breakdown I wanted. Now we're just looking for a little bit bigger move here. Beautiful fade on AMRN. Very tight risk. This is what I generally look for. I'm going to go ahead and get out the rest there. That's what I was looking for, though. Got it. So that's exactly what I could hold. It looks like it actually might have some type of catalyst here, but beautiful fade. I'll take it. Alright guys, but yeah, I'll probably end up closing it down. This looks like some type of catalyst driven move, but I was able to nail it. This is my P&L on the day. I'll take it. Looks like 3 green, 2 red, the smallest. You can notice here, good risk reward trades, right? My 2 losses are $16 and $11. My wins are 31, 25, and 22. So all of my wins are, my smallest win is bigger than my largest loss. And that's what I want to keep with good risk reward. I'll definitely take it for sure with AMRN. With that said, I'll probably close it down. Maybe I'll trade some more today, maybe not. We'll see. Like I said, if you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link here and you can use the same platform as us. Like I said, for new traders specifically, I think it's one of the cheapest ways that they can get started. I think most new traders are going to lose their first account, and this is just a much cheaper way to trade. Once you're approved for the funded account, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade short stocks as much as you want. Comes with a trading course, access to a chat room, and a demo account for a few weeks to trade with. And I think that bundle makes a load of sense for new traders. It's one of the cheapest ways. And to be fair, I think most new traders are going to lose this account as well. I think most new traders are going to lose this account as well, but it's just a much cheaper way for new traders to get started. I think instead of saving up thousands and depositing thousands into a conventional platform, you can spend $400, get a $700 max loss once you're approved, comes with the course, comes with the chat room, comes with the demo account, and then you get your funded account, which you can actually make money with. And there's a 70-30 split since it operates like a prop firm, and so you keep 70% of your profits, they keep 30%. But again, I mean, they're giving you all that buying power, and so, you know, I think it makes sense. If you want to check it out, how to do it, if you want to help support us, of course, we're biased because we post their links, but there's that link if you want to check it out. Like I said, check out our scanners as well. Best scanners in the game with trade ideas, and you can use promo code BT15 at checkout, get 15% off. There's the link. Go check them out as well. Also, guys, go check out our website. We got a great website with a lot of good free content on there. We have breakdowns of the different strategies we use. Today, I think I used a mix of VWAP bounce and VWAP fades, and so a little bit of both. And you can check out our website here. Great website. A lot of good free content for new traders. And I'll post that link here as well. You can check that out. But yeah, not a bad day.
Yep.
You see, we got our free day trading course section. We've got strategy reviews where we break down, long strategies, short strategies. We can go to short patterns. You can scroll down here, see a full breakdown of all that stuff. We got broker reviews. We got a lot of cool stuff on there, so go check that out. I'll post that link here as well. And yeah, team, that's it. Good luck for the day.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, like always, guys.
Yep. Also, join our Discord. If we do trade again, we'll post it in our Discord, and so you can go check that out too. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys.
Take it easy, traders. Y'all have a great one. Keep
Later,
working
team.
on that process. That's what it's all about.
Later, guys. Here, I'll post our Discord. Like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell. Here's our Discord link if you want to follow along. We've got a pretty big Discord. We've got like over 1,200 people there. And so here's the link if you want to check that out. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, team. Good luck. We'll see you all tomorrow. And have a good day.